and welcome back to this week's episode. So, today's episode is it's a little bit different. It's not as planned out as I normally have things, and it's not as polished, but kind of just wanted to sit down whilst I have my brew and just have a real chat with you all about the highs and lows of running a nail tech business. Because, in all honesty, it's not always smooth sailing, and it most certainly hasn't been always smooth sailing for me. There has been a lot of bumps in the road, and there has been a couple of times where I have questioned my life choices and if I should be actually doing what I'm doing. But there are also days when I absolutely feel like I'm on top of the world. And sometimes there are days when I just want to hide away. So, let's just dive into it and see what happens. So, the lows, when it feels really hard. You know, those times when you just wake up and just think, do you know what? I can't actually do this today. I can't have conversation after conversation today. I don't want to face the world today. I just want to hide away. But you literally show up and you're running on pure grit and you're just pushing through. I've had so many of those days, especially in the early days of my business. And days when maybe you've had cancellations or quiet weeks and you literally just sat there questioning like, is is this worth it? Am I really cut out for this? Because I think a lot of people think that when you become a nail tech, you are just painting nails and it's all singing, it's all lovely, it's all rosy, and it's really not. And that is why so many nail tech businesses fail in their first year, because some people just genuinely are not cut out for it, because it is hard. And the reason why it comes as a shock to us when we do get these hard moments is because in our industry, it's just not talked about. But I think it's really important to highlight that it is normal. Every single nail tech, beginner or experienced, has had those days. Like, I promise you, they really, really have. Some people choose not to be open about it, but then I always think for beginner nail techs, how are we meant to learn and grow and experience and know what to do in these situations when we're having those kind of days if the nail techs that we look up to aren't sharing those days with us? But then they always share the highs and the wins that make it worth it. And those highs, they are incredible moments. And that reminds you why you've started. Like the first time that I hit a 5-figure month and I was absolutely ecstatic. And when I realized month after month, I am the one that is creating my income. I'm not working for a company and having a few days where I might just slack off a little bit. I am working hard every single day to create my income. And when I pay myself my wage, I think, my God, I have absolutely earned this money. And that feeling of achievement, it's like nothing else, because you can't get it from anywhere else. And it's not just like the big wins, it's the little ones that matter too, like a happy client who keeps coming back. When you have built them loyal customers that keep coming back and back and back, you're building that stability. A referral or a moment that you finally master a design that you've been practicing, those are the wins that keep you going. One of the things that I found the hardest was navigating decisions. Like, you come across times in your life, in your journey, that you do have to make decisions. And I found that one of the hardest parts of running my own business was all the decisions, because you get pulled in so many different directions: new training, clients, social media, the admin, family life, trying to find that balance. And it can feel so overwhelming. And so, like, how do you know what to do first? And for me, I always try to ask myself, what's going to move me closer to my goals? So what's going to make the biggest difference right now? And it's not always easy, but then little questions help me to prioritize when everything just feels really urgent. And I think sometimes that's the hardest thing, when people are putting pressure on you or you get that sense of urgency. It's like, what do I actually do? What do I need to do first? And then I found from experience that if you try to do too many things at once, you end up literally going nowhere and it feels like you are wading through treacle. But then what I've also noticed in my business is when I'm at points where I'm like, geez Louise, I am being stretched really thin here and I am juggling a lot of plates, that for me, that is when it's a sign that my business is about to level up. And it's almost, it feels like the universe is testing me and is saying, right, can you handle this level? Because if you can handle it at this level, you're ready to move up to the next level. And every single time in my business, when I've got to that point where I'm like, oh gosh, this is a bit much, I've leveled up and I've gone the next level. So, for example, when I went from part time to full time in my business, that was hard, but I leveled up. And then when I started to then develop a full client base, that was hard, but then I leveled up because normally when you're just starting to build your client base, you've got time to do your social media, you've got time to do your admin, you've got time to do all your other little bits in between. But then if you're filling that time with clients, because that's exactly what you want, then you've then got to find more time to still balance your social media, your admin, and all your other bits in between. And so that's another sign that you're leveling up. And then when I created my membership, so I'm at fully booked rate, and then I decided that I'm going to create my membership. And again, it got a little bit tricky trying to balance everything. But then I was like, no, this is another sign we're leveling up. And then I launched my membership. And then my membership is now in full swing and I'm absolutely loving it. And then I was like, right, what else can I do? Like, I'm getting to a sign where I want to level up again. So I was like, let's create the podcast. And so, and even that has become challenging at times when it's been like, right, oh, I need to record my episode this week. I need to do this. I need to do that. And it's fine. Like, how do you fit in the time? Um, but it's that keeps me going. That keeps me thriving. Like, I love busy and I love to be doing things in my business. And it just shows that when you reflect on things of how far you've come, like I remember literally 2 years ago just doing my qualifications and charging £10 for a set of nails for anybody who would come and just sit on the chair and let me practice. And now I am running my business full time and I'm fully booked and I've launched my membership and I'm now doing my podcast. And there's it so just shows you how much you can achieve when you are fully committed and you're fully determined. And it shows that the decisions that you make are always made right and they're always made for a reason. And yeah, like I've gone off on a bit of a ramble one, but I did say that this one was not planned at all. But I think it's really important that you actually sit and think about how far you've come and what you've achieved in a space of time to show you that momentum and to keep you going, and also to keep your self-belief going and your self-worth and your motivation and your confidence. And so, yeah, like I think it's just crazy really when I think back of it. Like I'm literally just thinking about it now whilst recording this. And I just think, yeah, if I can do it, because I'm just your normal average Joe blog. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I genuinely mean that. And so showing up on days like when you really don't want to, but it's okay to feel like you don't want to show up because we are human. But consistency is what builds the business, not perfection. So it's showing up. That can look like such a small, minute thing, but it's it's just the way you do it, and it's the fact that you choose to still show up even when you don't want to. So even just posting a quick story, you might be doing one client and calling it a day, but it might just be replying to a couple of messages. But the point is, you keep moving even in tiny steps. So yeah, so this has been a bit of a ramble, but I hope it reassures you that the highs and lows are part of the journey, and you're not alone in feeling pulled in different directions or wondering if you're doing it right. But we've just got to keep showing up for ourselves and our businesses, because those small wins, the big and the small, are always worth it. So, yeah, thanks for sticking by for the full episode of this today. Um, And I'd love to hear your thoughts. Just drop me a message or share this with another nail tech who might need to hear it. And until next time, keep going, keep growing, and remember, you've definitely got this.